Welcome to the podcast on music, art and culture. I'm your host, Matthee de Bruin. Music and art grasp me, and in this podcast series I try to find out why. To explore this fascination, I have conversations with guests from the world of creativity to investigate what drives us. What is it that keeps us coming back to the arts? My very first guest is the singer and frontman of the band Out of Skin. The trio consists of vocals, guitar, harp and electronic instruments like sequencers, an SPD sampler and Ableton Push. Our conversation takes place the week after their release party for the new material. Currently they have 2 new singles out, The Fair and Eerie and A House Spits Out. Right now I sit down and talk with Wouter Mol. We were talking just a moment ago about performing. And with your band, performing is very important. And I wanted to know how the studio experimenting you did resulted in the new performance.
Yeah, good question. We played somewhere and there was a guy, Michiel, and he said, I have the feeling I have to do something with you. I don't know what. So we invited him on a rehearsal.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was nice. He drummed something, and after that we thought, no, now we're gonna do it with the 2 of us, with the rhythms from the computer. And after a few weeks, we did it again with him, and then he bring his Ableton Push.
Yeah.
And not only for the rhythms, but for sort of soundscapes too. And then, in combination with the harp sounds and the guitar effects, it came together, and we didn't know where what sound was coming from. So it was whoa. It was one or something. So we thought, okay, we need this guy.
Okay.
And from that moment, we decided to play everything live, so the beats too.
What changed when you started playing the beats live?
It was more organic, I think.
In what way? Is like the sound or the dynamics between
dynamics
between layers
and tempo.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's more like you have to train it to have it more.
Yeah, but are you striving for the most beat steady tempo you can achieve, or is it okay if
yeah, with songs like The Fair and Eerie and Monsters we do, because we want to have
to retain some of the rigid punch of the sequenced tracks you use in the studio.
Yeah.
Right? Because it comes in and then it's sort of a machine that drives the song forward. So
exactly.
Yeah.
But then it is organic machine.
It's an organic machine.
Yeah.
What's the difference between a machinic machine and an organic machine?
I would say organic machine is played by a human, but there are maybe machines that sound like
on the sequencers they have this humanization button.
Yeah.
That's a sort of a random wrongness.
Yeah, that's cool.
But it's not the same thing, because a human, I think, is wrong with a reason. So I play behind the beat a lot.
Yeah.
And that's sort of my feel and my style.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and people comment on it as being cool, but the reason I play behind the beat is because I'm motorically not very skilled. I'm not that fluent, so I tend to drag behind that a little.
So you use your unskills.
It's the way it comes out, and I use what I have to make it happen, and it comes out in a certain way, and then people go, "Oh, it's actually kind of cool what you're doing," and there's you.
Yeah.
There's a voice that's identifiable as your voice. And I think that's interesting, because it's so the way I play, you could say, is a manifestation of my biology and my psychology, in the way
comes out.
Yeah. But you never think, shit, this has to be more on the beat, or I can play this.
Yeah. I do think that. Like all musicians, when you're listening back to what you recorded, to your take, you go, oh, I need to work on this. I need to work on this, because you can see it from a third person perspective, and then it's like, oh.
Yeah.
And sometimes I do practice making less mistakes. That's the thing for me, consistency. But the consistency doesn't. Well, one thing that fascinates me, or used to fascinate me, was the main thing I focused on, was in punk rock, music can be played very poorly, but still cool.
Yeah.
And I was sort of raised with the idea, and because the time that I grew up in the 2000s in high school, music was overproduced, so you would never hear mistakes in music. Everything was, clean. Clean, and in a computer way.
Yeah.
In a way, so if you lose all the humanization, it becomes sterile. That's the way people describe that, as sterile.
Now I think that's a good example for, like, punk is more. It can be off the beat, and that makes it dirty too. Yeah,
or out of tune.
Yeah.
Just not tune your guitar and it's still cool.
Yeah.
Why can you not tune your guitar and it's still cool?
Yeah.
And that's so against all the overproduced music I heard in high school, and I was like, this works. So the explanation that it's in
like
tune,
the Black Keys.
Like the Black Keys. Do you know the song Mr. Jones by Bob Dylan? With the piano, boom, da 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 da.
That's an untuned piano.
Yeah, it's such an out-of-tune piano, and I love that tune.
Yeah.
Not really for the song, even though it's a really good song, but just the main instrument in the mix is a horribly out-of-tune piano.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, me too.
You know Weevil, a Dutch band?
No.
It's electronic thing, but sometimes. Yeah, they record real drums and real instruments, and then they mess with it. But sometimes you hear very untuned piano or a thing, and then it sounds very dirty and cool, because that makes it interesting, I think.
Yeah, tension happens.
Yeah,
which is a big thing in music. Tension. It's the main thing.
Yeah. We do it too with the wine glasses.
Yeah, explain that.
Yeah, so we had a song Human. We have a song Human. And when we play it live, we use a wine glass, and then we tune it to the F. And then...
By filling it with water until it's an F.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's tuned.
Yeah.
But then what you can do is
you dip your fingering and then
you move the glass, and then you hear like
you can bend the pitch by moving the water in the glass.
Yeah.
Okay, because the tension in relation to the opening. Okay.
Yeah.
I never knew that worked, but
and that's cool, because you can do with a lot of reverb, and then you can make it very spooky. In the fair and airy on the end, the outro. We did it too, but then with an E.
Okay.
And then you hear like and then with a lot of reverb, and then it's when you hear it out of not very good boxes.
Yeah.
The boxes.
They break up.
Yeah, how do you call it?
Yeah, they clip, they distort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. You like that?
Yeah.
So all that effort into getting a good production, and when the speakers crap out, you're like, finally sounds good.
But it's not only the tension then, but it sort of mixes with everything. So the dissonant and the consonant tones go with each other in a weird soup.
So we should explain those words for the non-musicians listening. So the consonant is are the notes that seem to fit together well, like a chord.
Yeah.
And the dissonant notes are the notes that don't seem to belong in this harmonic context, so they're out of tune notes.
And most of the time it is a small secunde. Small seconds.
Minor second, I think they call it in English.
So when you sing and then it's
you're sorry.
so that's
sorry.
Below the tone or
I just went up.
And I always do it when I vacuum the floor.
You sing to the vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, so you hear the and then
yeah, we did it with a couple of students when I was in university. We had a vacuum cleaner in the studio, and we had a grand piano. Mm-hmm. And we asked, it was one of these interfaculty days they organized at the art school. Mm-hmm. And then we had some product designers and, I don't know, spatial designers and fine art students that come visit you, and you do a little presentation of what it is that you do. So we had the vacuum cleaner and grand piano. We said, well, okay, turn it on. And nice. How many tones do you hear?
Oh, cool.
And people say, we hear noise, and then we start pointing out, well, you have the engine that's boom. Let's find that one on the piano. Oh, it was a D, I think it was.
Oh yeah, cool. Yeah.
And then, maybe there's some A sharp or B flat going on due to the electricity, and then of the air that's being sucked and the ventilator, and they were all like, whoa.
Nice.
Whoa, that's so many tones in a big noise.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, you can music with vacuum.
Yeah, sure. There's much more tonality in a noise than people think. So coming back to tension, when I saw your show, your release party, I really noticed how much tension you were able to retain during the show, as a performance thing.
What's the question?
Well, it's not really a question yet. During the show, you seem to hang on to the attention of the audience very well. The band took the audience on a journey, and it was quite intense. Is it something you set out to do, or is it something that happens?
Yeah, both, but we try to make a sort of bubble. So I try to feel the room. So when it's a big room, before the show I walk in the room, and I can think of maybe I can stand here, maybe. Or when I only standing on the stage, then I just imagine there's a sort of bubble area, and when the audience is there, we try to sort of embrace them, that feeling, and it works in combination with the sort of silent music. Yeah, it's not only silent music, but I think music comes from silence.
Metaphorically or spiritually, absolutely.
Yeah, you can make noise.
Yeah.
But when the noise is over, there's nothing. And I think we play with that, with the feeling of emptiness and.
Let me try to summarize that. See if I got the gist of it right. You can correct me. Mm-hmm. You try, when you play, to not only use sound and noise to create something, but you're very aware of that the music starts before the noise happens, and that the silence surrounding it.
Yeah, that's nice. Thank you.
Like negative space, basically. That was a.
Non-negative space.
I first got introduced to negative space through MasterChef. Yeah. And apparently there was these contestants that had this idea of negative space in plating. They were really fond of it, which is you put the food on the plate at one side of the plate and leave the other half empty, and then sort of the emptiness draws in the gaze to the food that's actually there. It's actually, I think it's pretty Japanese or Asian concept. In Japan it's called which is the space in between.
Oh.
Like
is it like the theory of Einstein, sort of?
I don't know. Tell me.
No, with the time and space stuff, or is it just?
I don't know. I didn't think about it. You could probably make a connection there, because we could go there. Let's try and cut it out if it doesn't work, or if it's uninteresting. So, starting from music, if you play music, what you're doing is you use sound to move to time. Is that right? Yes, that's right. Because you start playing and then you build up tension, and then attention span goes somewhere. So, by the vehicle of sound, you move through time. Yeah. You could say.
Yeah. Because you can feel, whoa, this is a short song, but it's 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And whoa, this is a long song, but it's 3 minutes or something.
Then you could also argue it has nothing to do with time. Because it's not about time. It's about you get exposed to things that the music is exposing you to, but time is not the factor. Time is sort of the place in which it happens, but you're not moving through time. You just sort of, you can be unaware of time. Yeah. It has become a non-issue, like water to fish.
Yeah, yeah.
So time matters when you, I don't know, when you're rushing to catch a train. You're aware of every second that takes by, which makes you hugely impatient and unbearable to other people, because it must hurry. So you get very aware of time. So this is weird thing with time in music. I can't answer the question. I have to think about it. I don't know.
Yeah. But I think you said it well. Like with, what did you say?
You use sound to move through time.
Yeah, but before that, with the negative space.
Oh, the negative space. Yeah, you're very aware. You're very aware that the sound, that the music starts in the silence before you play the sound, and that the silence is always there as a layer underneath the sound that you are playing. So it's not.
I think we're playing with that.
So in your conception, music is not sound. Music is sound on top of silence.
Yeah, or it comes out of silence.
It comes out of silence.
Yeah. Or it can be out of silence. Yes. But that's why I love the song of John Cage, the 344.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
It's only silence, but it's not only silence.
You know.
Because you hear the breathing and the...
Yeah, I think it's a good work, because it's such a powerful statement. People are still talking about it, and it can be presented as sort of a gimmick by people that don't really understand it, but still then it holds true. Because at parties people come to, the song that's only silence. Yeah. And you go, yeah.
Yeah. And but that's funny, because that song is, it has to do something with time, because it's called 344.
Yeah.
Or 433, I think.
It's 433.
Yeah, but
yeah, it's 433. You're right.
we covered the song.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we played it a few times live. And then we're not looking on our watch or something, so we just playing the song, so then the time is like in other songs. But it's funny because first people think, okay, when they start,
Yeah.
then okay, oh, this is the statement or something.
Yeah.
And then there comes a part people are laughing a little or sort of suspense. This is sort of suspense too, because everyone is silent too. It's not the people talking because they feel there's something going on or something.
Mm-hmm.
But then there comes a part of sort of acceptation or sort of rest in it.
Yeah.
And then you feel after 1 or 2 minutes, okay, this is maybe the concentration bow. And then you do. And then people clapping.
Yeah. It's interesting. So, in performing that track or that tune, what does it require from you as a performer to play this?
How you stand, your
Posture?
yeah,
Yeah.
and make clear when the song is starting and when the song is over.
Mm-hmm.
So
So you have to show intent.
yeah, so I do that with the sort of breathing in, and then
Keep it.
yeah, and I hold my guitar like I am playing something,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I close my eyes too. Close my eyes. Just play the song.
What do you listen for when you do that?
What do you listen?
Yeah, what do you listen for?
Before I play the
No,
song?
no, no. But when you're playing,
Yeah.
because you know when I used to play bass in a band,
Mm-hmm.
I'd listen for the snare drum and the kick
Yeah.
drum just to see, just to lock in, or I focus on the hi-hat.
Yeah.
So when you're playing a track with no sound,
Yeah,
what are you listening to?
listening to the people, I think.
The audience.
Yeah.
Hmm?
So I'm aware of everything in the room. So all the little noises you hear too.
Mm-hmm.
And can you hear the concentration?
Yes.
Yeah. Then I listen to that.
You can definitely hear concentration in the
Yeah.
audience. Because it's so interesting when you're talking to me about playing silence, how that works. I never performed a piece myself, but I do play music where I play 3-minute notes, and
Yeah.
you can. It's the exact same trajectory that I recognize, because you play and people go, oh, a note,
Yeah.
and then they go, oh, this note is taking long. Oh, it's kind of
Yeah.
boring. Oh, I guess it's not changing. Oh, this is it.
Yeah.
They settled into, okay, this is it.
But what happens in that tone then? It's
Nothing.
one tone
Nothing. You just boom.
and it's not going louder or
No.
different effects
No.
on it.
Maybe there are microtonal changes, but people don't notice them until later on.
Oh,
But
yeah.
you just play a note, and
Yeah.
you let people wait it out, and they go, oh, a note, oh, it's kind of boring, oh, it's not changing, oh,
Yeah.
I guess this is it.
Yeah.
Better pay
That's
pay
exactly-
attention,
yeah.
or I missed it, and then they start paying attention, and you go, well, yeah, what's a beautiful note?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a beautiful note indeed. Oh, it's actually moving a little. Oh,
yeah.
that's interesting.
Cool.
Oh, I need to do grocery shopping. Oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Oh, no, it's still there. No, it's still there.
Yeah.
And at some point they start calming down a bit,
Yeah.
because you sync with the
Yeah.
music.
Wow.
And then at some point people are like, oh, it was so calming. It was such a nice experience. Yeah, I played one note.
Yeah.
The rest was you.
But how do you do that then? With what's the instrument?
Guitar. Or software, or...
But how? Oh, you do it with the freeze.
For
pedal.
example, the freeze is a pedal that where you can freeze the sound. I don't have it, but what you can do is use a delay pedal and put the delay on infinite,
Yeah.
repeat, and then you take any arbitrary window, say 6 seconds.
And it's not gonna feedback then.
Well, it's sort of controlled feedback, and you must not use one of those delays that's made to do the analog modulation and go. Or keep it at the point right before feedback. You turn the feedback and you just leave it there and you play one note and it goes and then it goes singing, and because you record the same note a few times because the note is longer than the window that the delay is listening to, so you get some sort of overlap of the same note moving over the other note. And you get some harmonic movement that creates microtonal beatings, basically.
But then it has to do something with control. Because you control, like, it's not feedbacking.
Yeah.
So to have for 3 minutes the same tone, then you have to have control.
Yeah. You have a digital delay.
Not only to the technical part, but control to hold on.
Yeah, but it's also sort of acceptance of you as the performer of this is what we're listening to. And when you start listening to that note, people start listening with you. Yeah. And if you play the note and go, oh, well, now check my email while you all wait for this note to end, people go get a beer.
Yeah, because you are so concentrated on the tone, so you bring people with your focus.
Yeah, you bring people in with your attention.
Yeah.
But I think it's something you do when you perform as well. When you perform your own music.
Yeah, not only with the silent song.
No, with all the music.
I think that's something funny, because we do now the popronde.
Yeah.
And for the first time we have sometimes talking audience.
Yeah.
So, that's because people come in and go out, or see some friends. And we're playing in bars sometimes. Normally we're playing in galleries or something.
Yeah. Artsy folks as you are.
Yeah. But yeah. So then it's different. I didn't irritated me or something. I didn't thought, fuck man, why are you talking? Because I still feel the bubble.
Okay.
But I don't know for sure if the bubble is reaching everyone. Or that people can talk in the bubble, of course.
Yeah.
People can talk and still feel and listen to the music.
Yeah. Yeah, that's weird. It sometimes happens that the person that's talking through the whole performance is the one who claims to have appreciated it most. Like, really? Okay. Apparently, it's just your way of enjoying it.
Yeah. Because it is a way to enjoy a music evening in combination with your friends, and it's not that you're not interested in the music because otherwise you were somewhere else or something.
Well, I do think it's a lack of interest in what it is. Sort of, it's more of a macro interest in, I like to go to a place that has live music. That's the interest, and the interest is not that specific music that's being played. That's the difference.
Yeah, there's a difference, yeah.
And
you can listen to where we're talking about, the sounds, the noise, or you can listen to the silence. Silence, and when you listen to silence, you are silent too, maybe.
Yeah.
I think so. But when you're listening to the music, you can say something to your friend too.
Yeah, that's true. People do that when it's good, or in movies, or when. He jerked at the bridge or whatever.
Most of the people go to a concert or to a movie with someone else.
Yeah.
Because you want to
share it.
Yeah, you want to share it. You want to look if the other think the same like you or something.
Yeah, you want to check. Yeah.
Or you want to talk about it.
Yeah, just go, oh, that's a really good solo, or badass bass drum.
Yeah, whoa. Oh, these people are very crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's wild, that singer.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah. Wow, he's hot.
Yeah. She's totally into the music. Yeah. Stuff like that. Yeah, it's very, very relatable. So, one thing I want to know is music and emotion.
Mm-hmm.
How is that? Is that connected for you? Is music emotion?
Yeah. We're now busy with inner monsters. And inner monsters can be emotions.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, you're feeling very dark when you are alone or something.
Mm-hmm.
Now, maybe that dark feeling is an inner monster. And then you can say, okay, what does it look like?
Yeah.
The dark monster. Like you painted.
Yeah, I painted my monster.
Yeah. Does it have eyes or tail, or how big is it, or how does it feel like, or how does it sound like? And then, I think, in the music I make, I give a sound to my inner monsters.
Okay.
I embody the. I embody them.
Yeah.
I embody them.
So, when you start writing music, how does that happen?
Now, I never start with lyrics.
Okay.
I start with sounds or playing guitar, and I always sing with it too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a sort of expression for me, expression of feelings, or just in the moment there's coming something, and then I think, oh, I'm singing sort of English word. Oh, it sounds like return. Oh, okay. And then I write it down, and then, oh, this word sounds like this. So it's not a language yet, but it's always becoming English language.
You're feeling the shapes that are coming from the music. Just do you have to be in an emotional state to write it?
No.
You can just start playing.
Yeah, but what's emotional state?
Well, for example, the classic version is you're heartbroken because your lover has left you and rejected you, and you feel heartbroken, and you write down your misery. And then it's sort of, you could say, oh, this heartbreak song is an expression of my emotions. And
it can help. It can help, but when there's no very dramatic thing in my life, I can write a song too.
Yeah.
But that can be a very dramatic song too.
So what I'm wondering, like the classical idea of we're expressing heartbreak because that we're heartbroken. That's just sort of fair enough. Okay, I get that. No questions need to be asked about that. But when you for me, for example, music is never really about expressing emotions. When I have emotions to express, I like to use music for it. But it's not about it. So 99.5% of what I do has nothing to do with my emotions. Nothing. And if you, therefore, because I sense that your music to me is pretty emotional actually. So therefore I wanted to hear you out on the subject, and I was wondering, so if you're not feeling emotional and everything is going okay, but you're still writing an emotional song, are you tapping into sort of the unconscious monsters that you have that you're not aware of, and then you let them surface, or are you emphasizing or projecting another monster and channeling it through your music? So basically to rephrase the question is, are the monsters, are those your monsters that you're not aware of and they are on the background, or can they be other people's monsters?
Yeah, it can. Yeah, I think most of the time they're other people's monsters, because I think sometimes a story of someone is very inspiring. So, The Fair and Eerie is about a blind poet, or almost blind, so he's becoming blind,
Yeah.
and he's feeling depressive, and then I write a song about that story, about him
Yeah.
and his inner monsters.
Yeah.
And it is a very emotional song, but it's not about my emotions.
No.
But Modern Caveman
Yeah.
is a song about my emotions, about when people don't show their emotions. So, like, you feel someone is very upset or angry, and then you can't talk about it or something, or there's a suspense, and that song is about that, but my frustration about it too. So then it's dramatic in that way, because it's my own drama. But but I like other inner monsters too, because I think other people are interesting. Yeah.
All right. That's very empathic. Road to music. And does music have any inherent qualities that is just music? Because we have been talking about music in sort of a metaphoric way a lot. Sort of music can express emotions or...
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think it's always something with just music things. For example, I listen to Tamino. Do you know Tamino?
No.
No, it's a nice musician. And then, I listen to it very often. And then some sounds or some of the way he sings or as he plays, I put in my own music too. Not that I want to copy it, but sometimes it happens.
Yeah, sure. Do you think music is a language?
Yeah, I think it's another way to express yourself or express something you wanna tell, or some things you can't describe,
I think. Yeah.
in words.
Yeah.
Some things you can't describe in words. so then music is a good way to do that. For example, when you never feel angry or you never are angry, you're talking not very loud, you're talking a little quietly and you're careful with everything, then you can train it to be more powerful or more stand for yourself. To put a sort of angry thing in music, or just hitting a drum very loud, and then scream with it or something. So
Yeah.
And then when you train that, you can be more loud in life too.
Yeah. So that's again music as a sort of an expressive means.
Yeah.
And how did music come into your life? Do you remember?
Yeah, I was writing songs when I was 3.
Oh wow.
So just
poured through you.
So I was walking to the garden through the house with sort of own words and singing something. I like to make something, so not only songs but drawings too, and films or drama things. How do you call it?
Stage play?
Stage play. So when I was 8, I did with my brother the Nobelstraat Festival.
Mm-hmm.
So the festival of the street, and we invite the neighbors to come look at our things we created that day or that week. So that was different kinds of art things.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was 10 or 11, I got the guitar of my grandpa, and then I played a year just my own songs or things, just playing the strings and not knowing how to play chords. And after a year I went to the teacher, and then I had 7 years of guitar lessons.
Did you always like them?
The teachers?
The guitar lessons?
Yeah, I liked it to be busy with it, but I was never good in reading notes, because in the first years it was like reading the notes and then play what there was on the paper, but I was not good in the concentration. So there was on the paper was A, C, B, and then I played A, C, G, and then my own song. So the songs were floating out, but the songs I had to prepare for the lessons were not that.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
But it was never in a wrong way. How do you call it? You can play what there is on the paper,
Mm-hmm.
but not do it in the good rhythm, because you have to stop to look at your guitar but that was I never did that, I think, or maybe when I had to read the notes, but because of my afleiding.
Yeah, distraction.
Because of my distraction, I played something else, but I was staying in the rhythm.
Yeah.
So I played music. I think I played music and not something what already.
What was already prescribed.
Yeah.
Interesting that you now say, I played music because it was in the rhythm.
Yeah.
It was just keeping the rhythm, and it was not because of the notes. And oddly enough, the last thing your band added was that rhythm part. So you say, my music was music because of the rhythm, but up until a year ago, your music was not very rhythm based. Still not very rhythm based, to be honest.
No. Yeah.
When did
I don't think I mean rhythm, but I mean floating.
Oh yeah.
I
It
mean,
keeps going.
Yeah, that it keeps
It
going,
keeps
and that is
continuing.
not that you not think, oh, I play it wrong, or I stop to look at the notes and then I look to my guitar and think, oh yeah, my finger has to go to this. I was more busy with make it floating, and then something new came out, a new song, and that was then maybe wrong for the song you had to prepare for the lesson. But it's funny, when I did the study music therapy,
Yeah.
and there in the first year you had to play some songs of notes too.
Yeah.
And my song was Gnossienne 1 of
Satie.
Satie,
Yeah.
Erik Satie. And
Did you pick it?
What?
Did you pick it, or was the tune assigned to you? Did you?
Yeah, I pick it, but
Okay.
but I was not good in reading notes. So I was watching videos on YouTube. And there were different ones with piano and with guitar. And I was trying to play the same notes and same rhythm and feeling and floating. But yeah, there came out that it was my own version. So
Yeah.
I played my own version on school, and then my teacher said, after I played it, okay, yeah, I have to look if is this the version of what's standing on the paper, and it was not. But after a week he came to me and he said, yeah, it was the good version.
Oh, really?
Well, it was not, but it just
He forgot to check.
it just felt for him like it was floating, and it was feeling.
Yeah, it was
It
floating
had the
well.
feeling of the meaning of the song,
Mm.
and that's why I think he thought it was good.
Mm.
I
So,
think too.
how does music therapy work?
Yeah, then you can help people to use instruments and use their voice to express themselves
And
or play situations.
because I was always wondering, for me, playing music has a therapeutic value.
Yeah.
So I was always wondering whether or not, how much of that I was doing myself. So can you explain to me if I wanted to help myself, what would you do with music? How does it
Yeah,
work?
I think music is always therapeutic.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I said with the example of someone who is talking very soft and
Mm-hmm.
never is angry or something, and then train that with hitting a drum and then screaming with it. That can be an example. But when you're writing a song or you do that with a note,
Yeah.
playing one note for 3 minutes is, you need concentration for that. So when someone is coming with me for music therapy and he has ADHD,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it can be a thing I want to train with him, playing one note for 3 minutes.
Do you meditate?
No, not like I sit and I close my eyes and I think of going up or something.
Yeah, like a.
But I do it in a way to, how do you call that? Aarden.
Yeah, to land.
Yeah,
Basically.
to land. Yeah. So my week is rehearsals with the band and giving music therapy and sometimes do a show and have a girlfriend and do a lot of different things. But sometimes it's good for me to land.
Mm-hmm.
So then I stand on the ground and then I try to sink in the ground.
Okay.
So like you are on the beach and there's that wet sand
Mm-hmm.
and you can sink in that. With that feeling I try to do then. And then hang myself. Yeah, not hang myself. That's not yeah. That's the end. No, how do you call that? This?
Yeah, you stretch, you hang forward.
Yeah. And then I push the ground away or something, and then I stand up. And then I do it a few times, and then with breathing things, like only breathing out on the S. To land.
And has that any connection to your music?
Yeah, I do it before a show too.
Okay.
To
Does it help to establish the bubble?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah?
Because you have to be very calm. So
Why?
Why do you have to be calm to make a bubble?
To do a show, yes.
I think to feel that silence we're playing with, you have to be calm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
From that calmness you can go to to very crazy and
I get you, but you could think like I have to be as excited and as pumped as hyped as possible before I go on stage. Then it will be the best show because the audience will feel my energy. But you're claiming the opposite.
Yeah, but that's So, but that's because I think like the energy of the Red Hot Chili Peppers is very powerful and bum 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 bum.
The funny thing is, I was thinking Red Hot Chili Peppers when you were saying it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was just projecting it to you.
Yeah.
I remember Flea saying in an interview that before the show he always go to the quiet place where the music comes from.
Yeah. Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do a lot of stretching and meditation before the show.
Definitely, they're a very spiritual band.
Yeah. So maybe you have to go back to sort of calmness to energetic after that or something.
Sort of to get to the primal mode, to not be a sort of... Maybe that's the difference. Getting excited from the calm inner self is sort of a sort of primal excited to your true energy, and sort of getting pumped because you're saying we're the best, it's awesome, it's gonna be great. It's sort of external energy you're trying to draw from. You're trying to hype yourself by stimulating you with things you want to believe or you might believe.
Yeah.
And might be more powerful to get to the core before you go.
Yeah, the core, yeah. Because we want people to feel their core too at the end. So when you feel very calm, maybe people can feel that too, and then think, oh, this is good for me or something.
Yeah, and it's existential. You feel your core. That's what's you.
Yeah.
Strip all the way down.
That's where your inner monsters are.
That's a good note to end on.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Wouter, for doing this. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
I think we might have time to just jam a bit. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
cool.
was.
Yeah, jam.